Okay, so there was some really good questions. The username is 420 Dogo Lover, and I don't know who she is. She talks like she knows me personally, so it's kind of wild if I don't know who she is, because I had an inkling I thought I knew who she was, but I don't think it's the person I thought I was. So if you're 420 Dogo Lover, this is your answer. I'm just going to pick up Emily, and it's going to be a long-ish ride, so we'll have a little while to chat. So the question was, how do you deal with anxiety and like PTSD and like mental health stuff while in recovery? Therapy. You also, I think, asked this on the Full Circle podcast. Have I done talk therapy, like face-to-face talk therapy? Yes, I did as much. So when I first got sober, when I first started, I fucking hate this car. Stop. When I first started my journey of recovery, I was on bail, right, for human trafficking, which helped me so immensely with resources. So because I was charged with what I was charged with, they forced me to do human trafficking counseling. And I didn't do like particular, like it was human trafficking counseling, but I went to therapy. I utilized the domestic violence counseling at Sudbury Counseling Services, which is only 10 sessions, but I did it like twice, and I had done it before in the past. But just because it's called domestic violence counseling or whatever doesn't mean you have to talk about that. I talked about everything. So if you have charges, if you're a victim of a crime, even if the person wasn't charged, I am a victim of human trafficking and the person was never charged, I still am allowed to utilize services from victim services. Like, that's how it works. So as much as I didn't do human trafficking itself counseling, but that's all we talked about. And when I talk about like, oh, my human trafficking, that's what I'm talking about. I did domestic violence counseling because the human trafficking piece was a part of relationships and domestic violence and everything like that. So that's where I was really able to like figure out, number one, that it was human trafficking that I experienced. Number two, what human trafficking actually is, because I didn't know. I got charged under the Human Trafficking Act, and I was like, how is this human trafficking? So I was able to learn all of it. And the girl that was doing it with me was learning along with me because she wasn't an expert on human trafficking. She didn't know anything about that. But because I was a client of hers, she was doing research herself. So it was like a serious teaching tool for both of us. But yeah, I did a lot of therapy. I did addictions therapy. I did domestic violence counseling. I did it all. Like, I did it all. Anything that was offered to me, I did it. Also, I was in Monarch outpatient services. Like, Monarch is the women's recovery in our community, and I was a part of that up until last year. Like, I stayed in that until they literally had to kick me out and be like, hey, you're 3 years sober and there's nothing we can teach you anymore. Like, you're teaching other people now. You gotta go. We got other people to help. And I was like, awesome. So I got kicked out because I was too recovered. So that I did for 3 years. And that I had a worker. So a worker would come to my home, or I would go see her, and like, it was just counseling. So if you have the opportunity to get resources the way I was given resources, I don't know how, it's different in every community. I'm in Sudbury, so I'm in Ontario, and there's lots and lots and lots of free services. Also, if you're on Ontario Works or ODSP, you can get services for free with a referral from your worker. I tell everybody, do therapy. Whatever the fuck you can do, do it. Like, and sometimes, like, now that I'm not in therapy, and I am going back, I'm gonna go back just because I think I need it more because of like the parenting part of my recovery. Like I just need therapy again. Not therapy, but I need someone to talk to that isn't Jamie or Jess. You know what I mean? Like, nobody wants to hear about my shit anymore. So I'm gonna go back into therapy myself, and ODSP is gonna help me. They're gonna give me a referral. And even though I only get like 10 sessions or whatever, they can always ask for more. Also, if you're a mother or a parent in recovery and your child, obviously a vast majority of us who have children whose parents were addicts, they all struggle with behavior issues and stuff. So this place called Compass in our city will give you resources for mom. So they're gonna help your kids manage their behavior issues, but they're also gonna give mom and dad, parents, the resources that they need. It may not be in their facility, but they're gonna give you the resources. So that really helped. So to answer your question, therapy was a must for me. Finding out what my mental health issues was a must for me, and having a physician follow you. I have an amazing family doctor who will literally go above and beyond for me. He's done everything he possibly can in his power to make sure me and my kids are good. So if you have that in, like, as a resource, utilize it. Give your doctor the information he needs. Be honest, and use your fucking doctor as a resource. If this bitch doesn't let me in, I'm gonna fucking kill her, bitch. Goof. Trying to speed up so I couldn't go in front of her. Like, people are on glue. So anyways, if you have that resource, please utilize it. Be honest with your doctors. I always tell people to be honest with their fucking doctor. Like, if you're in active addiction and you can't talk to your doctor about your addiction because you're scared of social services, you shouldn't have your kids. That's just my opinion. If I can't be honest with people about my addiction because I'm scared of social services, I shouldn't have my kids in the first place. That's just my opinion. I don't think anybody that can't be open and honest with their doctors, like, if you're worried about social services, there's a fucking reason. I'm worried about social services today, but I got a fucking reason, and it's not because I'm on drugs. It's because of my history, right? So, yeah, like, how I manage my PTSD today is just talking about it. Talking about it makes it easier, talking about it and getting other people's perspective. So, because I'm so open and honest on all my platforms, I've had other people say, oh, this has really helped me. And I'm like, okay. So I had the opportunity to do exposure therapy for my PTSD. And I decided I'm not going to do it because I read up on it. That was my homework, was to read up on it. And it's too intense. And I don't want to regress while I'm parenting. So if you're not a parent and you can do things like that, I suggest you do it. I will eventually do it, but I think I'm going to wait until my girls are a little older, just in case mommy ends up having a serious fucking crash out. And when she said exposure therapy, I was like, oh my God, is this bitch going to bring out a crack pipe in my baby dad's? Like, what is she exposing me to? So I kind of panicked. And if you follow my old account, you know that I was all for it, and then I researched it and I went, oh no. I can't afford to crash the fuck out. At the time, I was in the middle of family court too, and like, no, I just couldn't afford to crash the fuck out. You know what I mean? Yeah, you stupid fucking bitch. Who does that? Like, it was merging, my lane was ending and I had to go in front of her and she was speeding up. Fuck, I hate this city. Just ignorant fucking people, bro. But anyways, so that is the first answer. I'll go on to the next video to answer your second question.